al-Azhari, political advisor to the Somali president. He's currently in Nairobi. And Mr. Ibrahim Addo, the Secretary of Foreign Affairs for the Islamic courts, and he joins us from here in Doha.
Now the government is fighting with this group to evict them from these two places. They have already evicted them from one place, and one place is remaining. The insurgents fire their ammunition to all directions in Somalia, even to the peaceful areas, just to incite the public there to rise against the Somali government and protest. But the Somali people in Mogadishu know who is their enemy, and you had never seen up to now a single protest against the government. The government is advising everybody in Mogadishu to leave Mogadishu because of these insurgents who are indiscriminately firing to all sides of Mogadishu to incite the people, and could not confront the Somali army who are fighting with them.
Okay, let me put those suggestions to Mr. Addo. Firstly, are you fighting alongside al-Qaeda fighters within Mogadishu itself?
Well, first of all, we need to address the issues that are important. Somalia is under Ethiopian occupation.
I know, but I'm asking you first, are you fighting alongside al-Qaeda fighters in Mogadishu,
no,
as you've just been accused of?
No, that is cheap terms used for fundraising purpose by Ethiopia, and even several countries have stated clearly that that is something that is being misused. And Mr. al-Azhari is using a term that the world now is tired and they are not interested anymore. The fact is Somalia is under occupation by Ethiopia. Ethiopia has invaded and is occupying Somalia by force, and the Somali people are resisting. Mr. al-Azhari and others who were working for Ethiopia as informers have no role right now. Their usefulness for Ethiopia is over, and Ethiopia is now directly dealing with the resistance leaders of the resistance force, and they are not even recognizing or mentioning anywhere the name of the transitional government, which al-Azhari is saying he is a member of. He's in Nairobi, and he does know either he does not know the facts, or he is trying to deny the facts.
Okay, well, you say that it's not true. What is happening? I mean, you are sitting here in Doha. If you can give us any light on the situation on the ground. You say you're not fighting with al-Qaeda. Citizens themselves must be getting tired, as is the international community. What prospects for peace are you offering them?
Well, Somalia is under occupation. Ethiopia has invaded Somalia, and Ethiopia is trying to kill everyone in Mogadishu and destroy the entire city. If you look at Mogadishu, it is like a city hit by earthquake of 9 and above Richter scale, in the Richter scale. So the situation is a country under occupation, and the Somali people are resisting the Ethiopian occupation. It's not only a particular group, but the entire city now is organizing. It has organized itself to force the Ethiopians out. As you know, almost 1 million people fled their homes. Ethiopia has used airstrikes, they used tanks, they used heavy artillery indiscriminately into heavily populated area of the city, and many people were killed, many others were wounded, and of course over 1 million people left the city fleeing and not know where to go, and there are all sorts of problems. Additionally, the Ethiopian is also blocking the humanitarian aid, and the transitional government is also helping that. Ethiopians to block the help that is going to the population that fled the city. And this was indicated clearly by WFP and the UN that they cannot deliver food and medicine to the population who fled the city, and that is what Mr. al-Azhari is also assisting Ethiopians with.
Mr. al-Azhari, is it not time for Ethiopian...
The airport, the main port, and unify the tribes. They collected arms from the population and created peace and stability, and everyone knows the record of the Islamic Court. It speaks for itself. Islamic Court is a peaceful political movement, has nothing to do with any sort of terror. Terror is taking place right now in Somalia. Compare the 6 months of Islamic courts ruling Somalia and what Ethiopia and its informers are doing, the destruction and the abuse that they are committing right now. There's genocide going on in Somalia, and you can see by yourself, the entire world is witness. So there is destruction, total destruction of the city of Mogadishu, and they are destroying hospitals, schools, all the businesses, and it's a shame that and astonishing that Mr. Azhari is trying to cover something that the entire world is watching. And I will tell him to do some soul searching. TFG has no authority and no chance of ruling Somalia. The Somali people are resisting the Ethiopian occupation, and Somalia will be free.
Okay, I'd like to put this question to both of you, starting with you, Mr. Azhari. Your government has promised reconciliation. A reconciliation convention was cancelled. What is being done to bring reconciliation to Somalia?
I would like first to answer the question he has posed, and that is why Ethiopia is there. Ethiopia has been invited.
Excuse me, sir, you did explain that to us. We've got very little time left. If you can talk about reconciliation, please.
But why do you impose on me your questions while you are not imposing on him your questions?
I'm imposing. I've asked both of you. I've asked both of you. I've asked both of you to answer this question. So if you could
Absolutely, this is unfair of Jazeera. This is unfair of Jazeera, and Jazeera. That's why they are losing audience and losing prestige around the world right now, starting from the last time in Jordan.
Well, I would like you to answer your question so that you can put your side across to us, because that is what this forum is for. So I'll put a question to you if you'd like to answer.